building confidence means removing that imposter syndrome, right? Or
Yes,
at least
that's right.
making you comfortable with imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Right. One version or the other.
Understanding it, right? Yeah.
Understanding it. And really sort of managing imposter syndrome. And part of it is, okay, well, I know that if I walk in there and say the right words, or I know if I dress the right way, or I know that if I have my aluminum binder, that, I know I'm going to be treated differently. And then not only are you carrying the aluminum binder, but you're carrying yourself differently.
Yes.
And those kinds of, they're mind hacks. If for lack of anything
you're
else,
more confident. In the words you're using, all that stuff, right?
But that's the thing, is it's like you're educating yourself about this. You're educating yourself about appearance, which is important, but also about language, which is equally important. If I go hang out with musicians and use slang for the way we talk about, like, depending on the types of musicians, if I go hang out with a rock band and I start talking about, when there's that tritone that happens there in the third measure, the third 16th note of the third measure, like that's a really interesting thing, and it's almost a device that you might think the composer used. If I did that on a theater gig, everybody would be like salivating for my next word. If I did that in a rock and roll setting, people would be like, nerd. Well, it'd be fine.
That's
but
right.
It's different, like different language in different scenarios.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But learning what language is appropriate in each scenario is the thing that will instill confidence. It's one of the things.
One of the things. It's like a whole foundation you want to build. And sometimes you want, for me, you want to be confident enough to say a couple things. I don't know.
Yes.
And I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is. And that, for me, took me a long time, because I always used to think that, well, I have to have the answer. That makes me more confident. But in reality, no one expects you to know everything.